Hi, and welcome to A Look into Health. We're back for segment 2 on eating disorders, and we're going to talk about bulimia. So bulimia is also an emotional disorder, as was anorexia, in which eating or bouts of extreme overeating are followed by depression, self-induced vomiting, purging, or fasting. So you basically eat and you consume the food, but typically you don't keep it down. And then if you do keep it down, a couple days later you're like, God, I ate so much that one day I can't eat for the next week. There's 4 basic things that really cause bulimia that can lead to it, I guess. There's poor body image, which means the society has portrayed an image of what you should look like, and you don't look like that, so you're not happy, so you think of yourself poorly, which also runs with low self-esteem, which is another cause. You're just not happy with the way you look, and you don't take compliments very well, and you're not happy with the way you look or the way you act, or you're just not happy with who you are. Major life changes, like as in anorexia, you can move like across the state, and that can cause it. You can lose friends, families, boyfriends, girlfriends. Big emotional things that really take a toll on you can trigger bulimia. Appearance-oriented activities. So, as I spoke of about anorexia, dance and cheer and all of the activities that you see really, really slender girls doing, and if you want to do those or your family is pushing you to do those, then you're going to try and get skinny enough to do those. So, we're also going to give you some interesting facts about bulimia that you may not have known. So women are 3 times more likely than men. So men, again, are not immune. Actually, 14% of gay men suffer from bulimia, which to me is a little sad because the fact that they categorize the gay, the gay nation of men as 14% having a bulimia, that it's depressing because they're not saying that all men, they're saying gay men. And I can guarantee it's because of the bullying that they go through and what they're faced with. They don't have the opportunity to be who they want to be, so they get depressed to try to fit in, and they purge and they try to look good and all of this stuff because nobody likes them for who they are, so they want to look good. 81% of 10-year-olds are afraid of being fat. So that kind of worries me because my little sister's 13, and I don't want her to think that she's ever fat, because to me, every person, a little heavy or overweight or not, I think you're beautiful, and if you want to be that way and you want to look that way, then fine. If you're confident that way, then fine. I'm happy for you. That's what you want to be, then be it, because I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, look at her, like she doesn't look good, she's overweight. Like, yes, I used to do that, and I know how much it hurts, and harassment sucks, and people don't deserve it, and it just worries me that kids so young are worrying about being overweight. Only 6% of people with bulimia get it treated, so there's not a lot of people out there willing to admit, or they don't think they have it. So here's an interesting one. Individuals with bulimia are usually in a healthy weight range, so they're not doing things to damage their weight. They're doing things to damage their body. They're typically where they should be in the weight range. Lady Gaga and Elton John have suffered from bulimia. So it's not just regular people, there's celebrities out there that suffer too. So some signs of bulimia: puffy cheeks, discolored teeth, disappearance of food, smell of vomit, going to the bathroom after every meal, weight gain, and it goes on and on. There's several signs of bulimia. And then long term is just more advanced stages of that, as in anorexia. You can start actually losing teeth because of the enamel. You can gain more weight than you're trying to lose, and you can just be super disappointed with how you look. It can lead to death, just like anorexia can. It can kill you. So some treatments for bulimia, simple enough. You could talk to someone, or you could admit to having a problem. Admitting to having a problem, I think, is the first step, and is always the first step of recovery. You have to know you have a problem to try and get rid of the problem. You have to stay away from people and places that trigger binging or purging. So if there's a place you go to and you've binged or purged there and it reminds you of it, don't go there. You can break the cycle, or you can solve emotional issues. So if it's linked by emotional issues, you can solve those and you can work on those and you can make them better and hope that in turn things will get better with your bulimia. So some health concerns, swollen salivary glands, which can in the long term can lead to you having more blocked salivary glands, and it can really become a problem. So fatigue, you can get really, really tired and you're just not up for anything. Loss of menstrual cycle in women, so you can just not have your menstrual cycle, which is really, really unhealthy for women. Dry skin, thinning hair, sunken eyes, a persistent sore throat, so your throat's always going to be sore, and death. Eating disorders aren't something to joke about, and I've never personally suffered from one directly or had somebody around me suffer from one, but they're real and they're out there, and there is millions of people every single day that suffer from them, and they want to get better and they want to be considered beautiful, but in today's society that just can't happen. Thanks for joining A Look Into Health. I hope you enjoyed.